Welcome to the third lecture in the module 2 in the subject mechanics of material. So what we have done till now is we said that stresses are tensor quantities of second order. That is why we require to write them in a form of matrix system. Because you require 3 to the power 2 elements to define a stress. Okay. After that, we learned that some of the properties of this stress tensor. Okay, like this one, stress tensor is a symmetric matrix. Okay. Then we also learned how to calculate the stress invariants for a matrix system. Then we also learned to use a formula to calculate the value of principal stresses with the help of stress invariants. Now, in the last class, I forgot to mention that whatever you have studied or whatever formula you used to for the stress tensor, the exactly same formula, okay, with the notation of strain, okay, the same formula can also be used for strain tensor. Stress tensor, strain tensor, there are two tensor, one for stress, one for strain. So exactly same formula can be used for strain tensor also. Okay. So I am not going in those strain part because you have to do the same thing only. You just have to change your notation. Now we will move further and we will talk about failure. How a material fails. Okay. Now I must write here. How material fails. Now this is very important to understand that we are a kind of being who designs a system. We design building, we design dam, we design pipeline, we design your water treatment plant, we design so many things. So it is very important that we must understand when the material that we used in our design can fail. Okay, what are the criteria, okay, by which we can understand that material is up to the limit of failure? Okay. So the first thing that I want to tell you is rupture. So what is rupture? If let us say this example that if there is some bar, okay, just a simple bar is there, and you apply a tensile force over this bar, and after some point this bar gets elongated, okay, like this, then what will happen? It will be necking like this, okay, it will be like this, and in the end this bar will break into two pieces. This bar will break into two pieces. So this is how this bar will suffer. Okay. Now what is important here is, what is failure now? Is this a failure? Is this condition, they have to call it failure? So there is slight difference. Okay. And this difference is very important. So first we will see rupture. So what happens in rupture? Material breaks into two pieces. So when material breaks into two pieces, we will say that material has ruptured. Okay. So this condition, I call this stages. So this fourth stage is the stage of rupture. Okay. Then what do you mean by failure? Is rupture same as failure or it is different? This is very important. Okay, most of people think that when you are talking about failure, they think that rupture is called failure, but it is not like that. इस तरीके से समझिए कि सपोज कोई एक स्टूडेंट किसी इंस्टीट्यूट से ग्रेजुएट होता है, he gets good marks, उसके अच्छे नंबर आते हैं, then he gets into the job, okay? But what happens? He becomes corrupted. उसके पास अच्छा इंस्टीट्यूट का नाम है, उसके पास अच्छी मार्कशीट है, उसके पास बहुत रेप्यूटेटेड जॉब है, पर जॉब करते वक्त वो करप्ट हो चुका है. ही इज डूइंग थिंग्स जो उसको नहीं करनी चाहिए. नाउ वी विल से दैट दिस इज द फेलियर ऑफ स्टूडेंट और दिस इज द फेलियर ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूट, कि इंस्टीट्यूट उस बच्चे को ठीक से हैंडल नहीं कर पाया. ऑल्दो द स्टूडेंट हैव ग्रेट मार्कशीट, have great job, he is earning good, but still it will be called failure. Okay? तो फेलियर होने के लिए जरूरी नहीं है कि एक स्टूडेंट ऐसा भी हो सकता है जो अनएम्प्लॉयड हो, उसे जॉब भी ना मिला हो, उसकी मार्कशीट बहुत खराब हो. तो ये जो दूसरा स्टूडेंट है जिसे जॉब नहीं मिला है, ये भी फेल है, बट जो फर्स्ट स्टूडेंट है ये भी फेल है. सो बोथ उसी तरीके का एनालॉजी है कि फेलियर का मतलब होता है लिमिट, कि किस लिमिट में आप फेल किए. क्या आप अपने एस्थेटिक्स में फेल किए, क्या आप अपनी स्ट्रेंथ में फेल किए. स्टूडेंट के टर्म्स पे देखें तो क्या आपके पास टेक्निकल नॉलेज नहीं है तो आप फेल हो गए. आपके पास टेक्निकल नॉलेज है बट आपके एथिक्स खराब है तो भी आप फेल हैं. So it depends on किस पर्सपेक्टिव से आप देख रहे हैं. So that perspective becomes the guideline to tell you about the failure. Similarly, for a material also we have to stick to some perspective कि हम अपने मटेरियल को फेल कब मानेंगे. क्या हम ब्रेक करेंगे रप्चर का? No, we will not wait up to rupture. अगर स्ट्रक्चर दो पार्ट में ब्रेक हो गया, then it is a disastrous condition. Okay? So we will not wait up to rupture. We must decide when we have to call our material as a failed material. So there can be many criteria. So failure can happen before rupture. रप्चर होने तक आप वेट नहीं करेंगे, हम पहले ही मान लेंगे कि वो क्या हो जाएगा, फेल हो जाएगा. लेकिन पहले कब, when? So there can be various things. अगर आप ऐसा देखें कि स्ट्रेन एनर्जी लिमिट, कि स्ट्रेन एनर्जी अगर मटेरियल एक पर्टिकुलर लिमिट तक एब्सॉर्ब कर लेता है, सपोज आप लिमिट डिसाइड करता है 100, तो जैसे ही मटेरियल 100 स्ट्रेन एनर्जी का यूनिट एब्सॉर्ब करेगा, वी विल से दैट मटेरियल हैज फेल्ड. देन वी कैन आल्सो टॉक अबाउट प्रिंसिपल स्ट्रेसेस लिमिट. we can also talk about shear stress limit. Likewise, we can apply a number of limits. Okay, हम कौन सी लिमिट लगा रहे हैं ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. Okay? हम लिमिट लगा देंगे शेयर स्ट्रेस की कि शेयर स्ट्रेस मटेरियल में 50 तक स्टोर होना चाहिए, उससे आगे स्टोर नहीं होना चाहिए. तो वंस द मटेरियल रीचेस अप टू 50 यूनिट, we will say that material has failed. Okay. Now, based on this limits, okay, you might have also observed that in RCC structure, you design everything by limiting state method. Earlier, you used to design by working stress method. Now you design by limit stress method. So, what are those limits? That you define the limits, that limit of bending, limit of shear. So like these are those limits only. Okay. Now we know that failure has to be decided by the limits. So how this happen? How you can frame a theory? For every limit you can frame one theory. Okay. So let's move. And before that, before jumping to the theories, I just want to mention that there are basically two types of material: brittle material and ductile material. And this you talk about strength. So ductile material are weakest in shear, whereas they are strongest. Then they are weakest in shear, then compression, and strongest in tension. Whereas in brittle material, they are weakest in tension, then shear, and strongest in compression. So this is the nature of material. So once you know what kind of material is there, you can decide those kind of limits. For example, अगर आपके पास steel है, so steel is basically your ductile kind of material. So आपको कैसा लिमिट डिसाइड करना है? डक्टाइल मटेरियल सबसे वीक किसमें है? shear में है. तो अगर आपने ऐसा क्राइटेरिया डिसाइड किया जो किससे गाइडेड है? shear से गाइडेड है. अगर आप मटेरियल को shear में सेव करवा लेंगे तो बाकी चीजों का आपको सोचना नहीं पड़ेगा. तो लाइक बेस्ड ऑन दिस वन वी डिसाइड which theory is suitable for our material. Okay? So now we will start going for the theory. So now the topic is called theory of failure, in which the first theory now the first theory we call as Tresca theory. Okay. It is based on the name of the scientist who developed this theory, or whose argument was the argument given by this scientist Tresca. That is why it is called Tresca theory. But what it is basically, or you can also say that it is also called as maximum shear stress theory. So the thing is, you have to guide your material based on maximum shear stress that a material can sustain. Now, in a realistic material, we can apply stresses in 3 dimensions. Okay, we can apply stresses in 3 dimensions. So let's say that there is some material in which we can apply number of stresses, but maximum we can apply up to 3 dimensions. Now let's say that those stresses, those maximum values of stresses are like this one, sigma P1, then sigma P2, and this is sigma P. What is sigma P1, sigma P2, sigma P3? These are the principal stresses. Like you have some matrix system, you can calculate the principal values because they are the maximum values. So if a material is stressed like this, you can calculate the value of maximum shear stress. So once you have the value of principal stresses, okay, for a 3-dimensional system, afterwards you can calculate the maximum shear stress. So how will you calculate this? You can take help of Mohr circle. Based on the Mohr circle, you can calculate tau max as sigma P1 minus sigma P2 divided by 2. Okay, this can be one value of tau max. Then you can draw another Mohr circle and you can calculate it as sigma P1 minus sigma P3 divided by 2. Or third type of Mohr circle is also possible. Okay, and in the third Mohr circle, you can calculate the value of tau max like this. So you can calculate 3 values of tau max for 3 different Mohr circles. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to check which of the following is the maximum value. Okay. So 3 में से जो भी maximum value of shear stress है, that value you have to use. Okay. And what you have to do, you have to compare that value for a from something. Okay. Now, what is that something? So what you have to do, okay, you have to compare this thing with the tensile test. Okay, you have to compare this thing with tensile test. So what happens in a tensile test? There is a specimen and you apply tensile force. Okay, in one direction. So let's say we apply some value of tensile stress for tensile test. Now where is the failure point? Failure happens when yield point is reached. So let us say that yield point is like this. ये आपका ओरिजिनल कंडीशन है, ये क्या है आपका वो कंडीशन है जहां से आपको कंपेयर करना है. दिस वन इज योर स्टैंडर्ड सिस्टम. ओके, सो फॉर दिस गिवन कंडीशन यू कैन ऑल्सो कैलकुलेट द वैल्यू ऑफ टाउ मैक्स. सो व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू ऑफ टाउ मैक्स? सो इट विल बी लाइक दिस, सिग्मा y minus 0 divided by 2, which is nothing but sigma y by 2, and sigma y is your yield stress. Okay, so what happens, these two has to be compared. Okay, so I am calling this y for yield system. Okay, then I am trying to compare this. Okay. So how to compare this? Let's see here that so how to compare that if value of tau max is greater than tau max for yield condition for a simple tensile test. If this is the condition, what is happening, that material is subjected to greater stress than its yield condition. Okay, that means material will fail. Okay? So this is the condition for failure. But what happens, this stress which is developed inside a material is lesser than your standard value. Okay, is lesser than standard value, which says that your material is safe. So this is a condition of safe. Okay? कहने का मतलब है कि अगर आपकी स्टैंडर्ड टेंसाइल टेस्ट बोलता है कि हमारे यील्ड कंडीशन इस वैल्यू पे हो रही है, दैट मीन्स ये क्या है, आपका बेंचमार्क है, यहीं से आपको देखना है. ओके, और इससे अगर स्ट्रेस कम डेवलप हो रहा है देन इट इज सेफ कंडीशन, ज्यादा डेवलप हो रहा है दैट इज अ फेलियर कंडीशन. बट यहाँ पे इशू एक है कि जब भी ऐसा कंडीशन होगा और हम क्या बोल रहे हैं कि अगर ये कम है तो इट इज अ सेफ कंडीशन, ज्यादा है तो फेलियर कंडीशन. वी आर नॉट टेकिंग एनी फैक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी, ओके, विच इज अ रॉन्ग थिंग बिकॉज वी कैन नॉट पुट पीपल एट द रिस्क. ओके, कि एकदम मार्जिन से भी कम हो सकता है ना. सपोज इसकी वैल्यू 100 है, दिस वैल्यू इज 99, दैट वी आर काइंड ऑफ नॉट श्योर. ओके, वी डोंट हैव कॉन्फिडेंस कि हम अपने स्ट्रक्चर को 99 पे वर्क करने दें जबकि फेलियर कंडीशन 100 है. सो दस वी कैन नॉट अलाउ वर्किंग इन सच सिनेरियो, रादर वी विल वर्क based on some factor of safety. So this thing, this condition we will not use, rather we will use what? Tau max. Okay. This has to be divided by factor of safety, and still this one is greater than tau max. Then this is called failure condition. Okay. Similarly, factor of safety can also be introduced in this condition also. So if this is lesser than tau max, so we are safe. So this is how we are now. We are increasing our confidence on our structures by providing a factor of safety. Okay. Now because we are working on very lesser stress than actual condition. Okay. Now I can further reduce this. I can write this as sigma p1 minus sigma p2 by 2 if this is greater than sigma y by 2. Okay. Or further I can reduce this, sigma p1 minus sigma p2 is greater than sigma y. So this is the condition of nothing but your failure condition. Okay. I have to divide this by factor of safety. Similarly, if this is like this, is lesser than sigma y. Okay, then it is a condition of safe condition. It is a safe condition that our structure will work, okay, within the dimensions. So this is how things happen, and then you can now we can, this is basically maximum value. Okay, I'm just giving one example. The correct way of representation is this one, tau max, which is the maximum value among 3 Mohr circles. Or you will get a fair idea when you will solve a mathematical question. Okay, so before mathematical question, we have to go to a few more theories, and we will apply all this theory to one particular question. Okay, so that we will do in the next lecture. So this is all about today's lecture. We will meet in the next lecture. So thank you very much.